going to review episode 3, season 5, Yellowstone. This is my third. You might want to go catch 1 and 2 later. Feel free to comment, ask questions, tell me I'm wrong, whatever. But I'm going to give it to you from my perspective as I see it in my experience being a rancher in Texas for the past 22 years. This is one thing about ranching that we deal with a lot. You face life and death, not necessarily for yourself, but animals around you. These are decisions that have to be made by ranchers on a regular basis. And sometimes the lines are not so clear cut. We'll bridge into the discussion on predator control. So a wolf is a formidable predator that can take down and kill a cow. Now in Texas, this doesn't apply. In Texas, you see the town hall meeting that they have. That town hall meeting happened in Texas, and it was unanimous. Kill them. We have actually eliminated all the threats for the most part. We have a few mountain lions, not really in this area. So coyotes, raccoons, foxes, bobcats, those are kind of our main predator groups down here. Now, cattle are not really in danger of coyotes. I mean, a cow, especially like the longhorns that I raise, the coyotes can't really get the cow, and they can't really get the calf with the cow around, and the cow will be around. But anyway, I guess it can happen. They certainly can kill calves, but it's not that big of an issue if you keep them under control. You do not want coyotes getting out of control and living amongst your cattle, because at some point they're going to get hungry enough where they're going to take a risk where they might kill a calf. Now, that's point number 1 for a cattle rancher. I don't raise sheep and goats, but if I did, coyotes are a deadly predator for those type of animals. So the only way to run those type of animals, sheep and goats here, is with livestock protection dogs, like a Great Pyrenees. I know there's several breeds, livestock protection dogs. You got to have them, or otherwise coyotes will kill your sheep and your goats. Coyote control is a big deal around here. We usually try to call them in with a mouth call or an electronic call. Shoot them. You can decoy them with dogs because they're very territorial towards dogs, and they will come after dogs. There's no season limit. Really, you can kill as many coyotes as you possibly can. They are hard to kill. You can trap them. You can shoot them and call them sporting. Like I told you, you can decoy them with dogs. Here's an interesting image that I took on Highway 16. They went through and trapped, poisoned, or shot a bunch of coyotes, and so you can see they hang them on the fence. Okay, so this is an old rancher tale. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've hung coyotes on my fence before, and the tale goes that if you hang the coyotes that you kill on the fence, the other coyotes will think twice about coming onto that ranch. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's a tradition that's been going on a long time. And I think this was about 7 years ago that I took this photograph. So it's still a tradition that's alive.
From here, I don't think it's a wolf. You ever see dogs this big? I haven't.
When he's looking at the kill, okay, this is absolutely important. Like whenever an animal you see a kill has occurred, you always want to evaluate what killed the animal. And footprints are something that you absolutely have to look for. I am going to evaluate the footprint, and I got to try to decode what happened. A little bit of detective job happens anytime you see a kill site. Okay, this is very realistic. Him looking at the size of the dog print, you can tell a dog print because the nails are out. Okay, a cat print, is kind of more like pads pushed in without the nails in it.
Hey, here. You brought them in from Canada. Genetically speaking, they are the same species.
The wolves that they've brought in to redistribute and replenish the wolf supply in Yellowstone Park are actually timber wolves from Canada and up north, and they're bigger, and they're not really a match for the ecosystem. And people tend to call a wolf, but actually there are many subspecies of wolves around the world. In Texas and Louisiana, and across the South, but really Texas. And we had our native Texan red wolf. Now we decimated the wolf populations here in Texas. The wild red wolf is pretty much extinct, but they are reintroducing it, which is cool. And it's the right match, in my opinion. One of the things that did happen with the decimation of the red wolves in Texas is the expansion of the coyote population. And there weren't even really coyotes here. They came along later to fill the void left from us killing all the wolves. So probably part of the lesson to be learned there is that you can eliminate one problem, but something else is going to fill the void. Living in balance with nature is always the right answer.
I think he likes me. You gonna ship him out with the rest?
No. We use him to practice roping or babysit next to his bottle calves.
Kids love to bottle feed calves. However, kids have lives in general, and it's hard to actually bottle feed a calf for good. Now, there's a couple of things that can happen. I think this is sort of unrealistic, this conversation that went on here, that they're not going to ship it off with the others, that they're just going to rope it and just keep it for a pet for its life. Usually you can take these orphaned calves to market. What I generally do is I try to get another cow to take it on. It is hard to do. Now I think with these Jersey cows, these milk cows are very indiscriminate about the calves they let milk off of them. So that's why I'm looking for one of those. Now with Longhorns and Angus, Brangus type cattle, really I think most other cattle, they don't like another calf from another cow nursing on them. We pin another cow that's got good milk. We will milk that cow, get some milk so that we can have some real milk to supplement the calf. You can buy mixed milk too, but obviously we'll go ahead and get some real milk too that's from that cow to start the calf smelling like that cow because it's drinking that cow's milk. And then while we have the cow restrained between a gate and like a squeeze chute, we will try to get the calf to start actually nursing off of it. But they will kick it off. But like I said, we got this to work last year. Super excited about it. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I want to spend one quick minute on this. Bars in these small towns have a lot of fights in them. One night I took my buddy, who is more of a high class guy, and he was in town. I took him to this bar, and he's a very low risk guy too. 4 fights broke out like that night, and one of them was girls. Big city girls aren't really going to go start a fist fight, but when you get out to these small country towns and you get some highfalutin hottie from the city thinking she's going to take some cowboy away from some girl, you can bet punches will be thrown, hair will be pulled. I don't go to bars anymore, but when I did, it's important to show mutual respect. We all have to respect each other. We need to be very courteous when we go to bars, especially in small towns. This is different than the big city. Tour buses pull up to bars in the big city and everybody gets along. It's not like that in a small town. Everybody in that bar is going to know everybody. Your task is to fit in, not stand out.
Yeah.
What?
I'm married now.
No. It ain't midnight yet.
Midnight enough.
Hey!